Alright, so here's how you're going to make an excellent grilled cheese. In this case, I'm going to make two whole sandwiches here. So I've got the bread, and I also have two different types of cheeses. First is American cheese here, and Colby Jack cheese. This is good for a really good consistency in your grilled cheese, and also for a nice unique flavor with the two different types of cheese. I also got butter here, which I'm not going to spread on with a knife, but in fact I'm going to melt and spread on to the bread with a cooking brush. This makes it a little bit easier to get a nice, good, even spread onto your bread, and kind of eliminate some of the burning and inconsistency there. It also has a little unique flavor there, and also people, they really like bacon on their grilled cheese, and so for this particular grilled cheese I have the Oscar Mayer real bacon bits. So I'm going to show you how to make this grilled cheese. It's pretty easy and it only takes you a minute or two to do. So first I'm going to stick the butter into the microwave and make sure you cover it with a paper towel or it's going to splatter all over everywhere, and I'm going to microwave it for about 30 seconds to get it melted. This is a little bit of a lot of butter. I'm probably only going to use half of this though. Okay, so the microwaving has ended and the butter should be good to go. As you can see from the paper towel up there, it does like to splatter a lot, so again, be sure to cover it so your microwave doesn't look all gross and disgusting, which mine currently does. Alright, so our butter's going to look like this, nice and melted, and so from here we are just going to dab the brush in here to the butter, and then we're going to apply it to our bread. So it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but you can kind of get the idea that you just kind of paint it on, nice and easy and simple, and just do it to all your pieces that you got here. Again, just dab your brush, paint it on, and you can see it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but it's a nice little golden color here. I always had trouble, I guess, as a kid with a knife. Sometimes you get some butters, particularly the one that I use, that's not very easy to spread on. It's really chunky and hard. This kind of eliminates that, but this gets a nice consistency and really soaks into the bread pretty well, and you get a good flavor out of it. You can also add some other things to the butter if you want, some salt, whatever you're fancy, I guess, but just melt it along there with it, and you can get a good spread. And so we'll do our last piece here. And all these are nice and covered with the butter. So and as you can see, I only used about half of that. There's still a lot left. I'm just going to throw that away. And so on to the next step. I have my oven here on setting 4 out of I don't know, around 7. This will kind of slow cook it for a little bit. My particular pan isn't big enough for more than one sandwich at a time. So what I'm going to do here is slap the bread down, and then on one side put the Colby Jack cheese, and on the other side put the American cheese. So then after that, if you want some bacon on it, spread the bacon bits on your sandwich. I put it on the American side, and then you can put as much as you want on there. Just I'll put a good amount on there so you can see it. And while this has been cooked, just for a little bit of time, I put the sandwich together with the spatula. I kind of let it melt together there for a little bit. No more than about 15 to 20 seconds each side, depending on how hot you have your oven going. So as you can see, it's already kind of golden brown up top, and then on the bottom, pretty golden brown there too. And you can't really see it on the camera, but the cheese is melted quite nicely. And there you go, you have yourself a nice grilled cheese.